How's it going, guys? Welcome to this week's Bird Buzz. I'm your host, Stephen Hellmann here, and there is no Tom Aresco this week. He is starting a new job, so he's trying to, figure out his schedule and everything like that. So I'm just going to go through Bird Buzz. We're going to have a lot of fun here. You guys have some great questions for me, so I'm going to answer them to the best of my abilities. And we're just going to roll through with this. Before we get to the Bird Buzz questions, two announcements. One, this Star Wars onesie is awesome. It's great. Go get yourself a Star Wars onesie, a Chewbacca one. They're so great. Second, Instagram caption contest. We had the Chip Kelly picture of Chip Kelly in his 49ers gear, so it's just weird seeing him in that gear, but the caption was, whoever had the best caption is going to win an NFL Stitch jersey of their choice. Colin Zatelli, who won our fantasy football league this year, he got his Stitch Brian Dawkins jersey. He loves it, so you're going to get a Stitch jersey. Any player of your choosing. It should probably be an Eagle, but it does not have to be. So I'm going to announce the winner right now, and the winner is Z Schuart 81, and his caption was, "I wonder if I could trade away the owner for a second round pick." And I just thought that was a great caption, because if Chip could have traded Jeffrey Lurie, he probably would have. He probably would have, and Howie Roseman at the same time, and would have just ran that whole thing himself. But so Zach, we're gonna DM you, and we'll get your address, and we'll send you out your jersey. Hopefully you want an Eagles one, but we'll see. It's all up to you, man. So congrats on that. Everyone else who entered, thank you so much for your entries. Me and Tom are definitely going to be doing contests like this again. It's great. It's a lot of fun. I love seeing what everyone comes up with. Some of your guys' comments are so ridiculous. It's great. But now we're going to dive into the Bird Bug questions. A lot of questions about Sam Bradford and the coaching staff. And I mean, why not? That's the hot ticket right now. So, first question, at Phil.Eagles, will DeMarco Murray be used right in this system? And I think he definitely will. I mean, Doug Peterson made Charkandrick West and Spencer Ware, once Jamal Charles went down, look like all-stars. So I can't imagine that running style. I can't imagine DeMarco Murray struggling in that system. And I think, the thing that the coach is going to do is he's going to use the players to the best of their abilities, not just plug and play like Chip. I think he's really going to cater to the guys that he has on offense. Jason R. Deacon 99 asks, how much will our defense improve under Jim Schwartz? I'd say exponentially, because I can't imagine the 4-3 making our defense worse. The defense was pretty good last year until Jordan Hicks went down, and I just think that these guys, we have Fletcher Cox and Benny Logan. Those two in the middle is just going to be wreaking havoc. And Jim Schwartz, just wants to get pressure on the quarterback. That's the big thing with him. He makes that a point. It starts with getting pressure on the quarterback. And I felt like Billy Davis, once Jordan Hicks went down and when the D-line wasn't playing good, I felt like he never made adjustments. He didn't blitz that much. I think Jim Schwartz is going to be the guy, if the D-line's not getting pressure, he's going to send that extra pass rusher. He's going to send that safety blitzing on the blind side to generate some more pressure, to force the quarterback into bad decision. Because it all starts there. If you can't get pressure on the quarterback, doesn't matter who it is, they're gonna do well. Except for maybe Mark Sanchez. He probably still kind of sucks. Next question, at Carlos Rod 02, is Sam Bradford's return realistic? If he does not return, could they sign Chase Daniels? I personally think Sam Bradford's gonna be back. I just feel like Jeffrey Lurie said to his coaches that he interviewed that Sam Bradford's gonna be the guy, and you're gonna have to work with him, because I don't think Jeffrey Lurie can tolerate going less than 7-9 and not being in the playoffs, especially with the state of the NFC East and how bad it is. And I mean, if they don't keep Sam Bradford, yeah, Chase Daniels, absolutely. I mean, it would make sense. And then they get Chase Daniels, sign him for cheap, and then they draft a quarterback to try and groom. So when Chase Daniels inevitably, most likely sucks, they'll bring in the quarterback and just let him go at it. So we'll see what happens. At Paul Guggs, is Sam Bradford the future? I say yes. Tom's a little unsure, but I'm telling you, I think Jeffrey Lurie said to these coaching candidates, you're going to have to work with Sam Bradford, DeMarco Murray. Well, I just don't understand how we got Doug Peterson, and I think he might be the right hire, but I just don't understand how we couldn't get Gase or Jackson without some sort of stipulation. Why would those guys want to go to places like Cleveland and Miami when you have an Eagles roster that's way more talented than both of those rosters, and all they need is a quarterback? I feel like if they would have been like, yeah, you can pick your quarterback, they would have came here. Why would you take the Cleveland Browns over the Eagles unless you didn't have your shot at quarterback? I mean, they have the Browns had the number 2 pick this year, so they're going to draft a quarterback. So I think that was intriguing for him, but I feel like if he was told by the Eagles that he could pick his quarterback, he would have picked it. That's my theory, though. At Thomas Miller 81, who is the most likely option for QB next year? I'm going to go Sam Bradford. You always got to pick the incumbent. If it's a presidential race or quarterback race in this, I think you just got to pick the guy that is here. I think there's a good likelihood that he is going to stay here. At Nate Dorley asks, if Bradford leaves, do you think Paxton Lynch is the best option at quarterback? And I don't like Paxton Lynch. I just don't think his skill set is going to generate well in the NFL. He doesn't impress me with his accuracy and decision making. Yeah, he's physically gifted. He can move around and he can make plays with his legs, but I just don't know if that's going to translate well in the NFL. So, I would rather them draft someone else if we're going to, or keep Bradford. At Chiefs_Young, if Sam Bradford turns out not to be Peterson's guy, who in the draft could you see Doug going with to start the franchise, like Reed picking up McNabb? So he's basically asking who would be Doug Peterson's first draft pick, and I gotta say, Carson Wentz. I think if you can get Carson Wentz, that would be absolutely wild. The dude's 6'6", 235 pounds. He's got a rocket arm. He can run around. He's like a Cam Newton. I guess Aaron Rodgers hybrid kind of thing. Like, he's mobile, but he's not as fast as Cam. But I feel like he's gonna make good decisions. He went to a smaller school, North Dakota. But I think that would be a great fit. I think that would be the guy that I want us to get, and I think he would work great in our offense. And it's a great. Also, if we do get a rookie quarterback, they're coming into a great thing. They got loaded. They got weapons on offense. The O-line cannot be worse than last year. It's not impossible. We're going to have a good defense and special teams. It's a very favorable situation for a rookie quarterback. At J.Leary19, who does Doug want at QB? I think Doug wants to draft the guy, but I think he's going to be stuck with Bradford. I just think that I think Laurie likes Bradford, and he wants to win, and Bradford gives you the best chance to win right now. At Caleb Townsend, hypothetically, say that Bradford stays. Do you think he has an MVP-type season under Peterson, Reich, and the new quarterback coach? I think he can. I don't think he will be the MVP, but I think he can have one of those MVP-caliber seasons. I don't see any reason why Bradford's back next year with the improved O-line and probably an improved wide receiving core I don't see why he couldn't have a 30-touchdown, 10-interception season. I don't see why he couldn't do that. At CHS Stoppermeyer, what are your thoughts on the new coaching staff? I love it. I think that they have a really good collaborative group with Reich, who was the coordinator for the Chargers for a couple of years. You got Schwartz, everyone knows him, and then Peterson coming in, and then we retained their special teams coach. I believe his name's Phipp. I think it's Phipp, but I might be wrong on that one. Tom's going to kill me if I'm wrong. But I think this staff is just such, they almost all of his coordinators, Doug Peterson's coordinators, probably have more experience than him, and maybe you could argue they should be the head coach. But I think it's going to be a very good group effort, and no one's ego is going to get in the way like Chip, and they're going to be able to collaborate and put the best product on the field and give ourselves the best team to win. So I think it's going to be like a brain trust, if you will, like all coming together to make this thing the best it can be. At Philadelphia Eagles 1993, with the coaches that we acquired, which side of the ball do you think will be the best for the Eagles? The offense, defense, or special teams? I'm going to go with the defense. I think the 4-3 with Jim Schwartz, and I think he's just going to find a way to bring back, maybe, I'm hesitant to say it, but maybe get back to that Jim Johnson style of football. I don't know. I mean, if we could just get back to those days, that ball hawking, Malcolm Jenkins trying to channel that inner Brian Dawkins. Not that he'll ever be Brian Dawkins. Brian Dawkins is Brian Dawkins. But if he could just, just something like that, I think it's very possible. And, the special teams, we might not have Darren Sproles this year, but I don't see why the special teams can't be top 5 again. At JBrad13, do you think we need to draft another wide receiver? I think we need to go out and go get one, Justin. I think we need to get a guy that can help us right now. And I love Travis Benjamin on the Cleveland Browns. I mean, he's just a speedster that can take the top off the defense, a la Deshaun Jackson. And I don't think he'd break the bank to get him. Will they draft a wide receiver? Yeah, probably. Probably in the 4th or 5th round. I don't see them taking a receiver with their top 3 picks. Teddy Yeller, he asked, what will our main focus in the draft be, and how much of an impact on the future of this team will the draft have on the future. And I think our main focus is either going to be a quarterback or a tackle. I think you either get your left tackle or you get your quarterback. I think that's what's going to happen. And the draft is always going to be huge for your future. I mean, look at the draft last year that we had. I thought we had a great draft last year. Aguilar, Rowe, and oh my God, Jordan Hicks. I almost couldn't come up with the name there. Jordan Hicks. I thought we had a great draft last year. Nelson Aguilar. I think he's gonna do great. I think he had a lot of growing pains to get through, but Rowe looked good, and Hicks. And those two guys, Rowe and Hicks, they came up and contributed big for us this year. So the draft always has a huge thing because you got to constantly restock the farm system because you can't keep all your homegrown talent because guys like Fletcher Cox and Benny Logan who tear it up are eventually going to have to get their paydays and can't stay. So you gotta draft well. You can get like 2 or 3 guys out of each draft to really restock your team. You're doing the right thing. At Guillermo Valentin, who do you think the Eagles will draft? Will they try and move up? I'm going to say tackle because I think they're keeping Sam Bradford, but I think their guy, I hope their guy is Carson Wentz. We'll see what happens, but I think that's going to be a tackle or a QB. We'll see. At Austin 431-343, who would you have preferred, Coach Gase or Coach Peterson? And Gase Chase. I would have preferred Adam Gase, but you know what? He went to Miami and he got almost full control of that roster, so I can't blame him for wanting to take that job. But if you had Gase and you could just draft a rookie quarterback and groom him, or him working with Bradford, I just feel like the possibilities will be endless. But you know what? Doug's the guy, and I'm going to embrace Doug, and I think Doug's going to do great things for us. I'm excited for this new era of Eagles football, and why shouldn't we be? I mean, we have a good team. I felt like we have a really good team, but things just didn't work out for us this year. So we'll see what happens. But thanks for joining me, guys, on this week's Bird Buzz. We will be back on Monday for the weekly chirp, unless the Eagles do another crazy signing or something like that, or something happens. So we will keep you all updated as best as we can. Look for Tom to be back on Monday for the weekly chirp. We're going to try and convene together. However, there's a snowstorm coming to Philadelphia this weekend. Like, we're going to get like 2 feet of snow, so that could completely throw everything off as well. So we will see what happens. But thanks for joining me, guys, for Bird Buzz, and have a safe weekend if you're in Philly or anywhere on the East Coast, really. Just stay safe in that snowstorm. Take it easy, guys.